Well, g'day tubes, and how's she hanging today? Well, pretty good here. I got 5 minutes to maybe do a little bit of work on my little trailer project here, so we're gonna, I guess today, work on the box, the dump part box. This is the trailer frame part, okay? So we need to build a, like the dump box thing for it. And I don't know how far I'll get onto it today, but we'll see when we get at her. So basically, I think what I gotta first make is 2 more of these square frames, basically there. One for the bottom part of the trailer dump box, and then one for the top, and then in the center we'll put the little short little guys for, you know, to space them out to get your dump box area. So I don't know exactly how high I want to make it yet, but we'll kind of do some measuring and some figuring as we go here. But we'll start off by making a couple more of these square frames here. So anyways, let's get at her. Okay, so I dissected my weed whacker older engine here, the one that's gotten tired and worn out, and the shafts are exactly the same between the units, so I just switched the shafts and everything over, and then, you know, I've got the still new, in case I ever have a problem with my old one, the shaft and, you know, stuff here. So what the heck, you know, the other shaft on the machine was fine, so let's just switch things over. So we did. But okay, anyways, first of all we got to build a couple more of these. Now what length did we make these again? I can't remember. 15, so we'll need 4 of these to cut at 15. Okay, so let's see here. I know you can't really sort of see the saw there, so let's just do that for now, and we're cutting here. So we need 4 of these, cut at 15, although I got my fence on my saw here turned when I was cutting that 45, so we gotta put it back. Somewhere there. Wish I had some kind of jig for cutting these things, and it would make it a little bit easier for quick cutting stuff, you know, instead of trying to measure everything all the time here. Okay, no, we're not quite 15 there yet. Will be a little bit easier once I get the first one cut. Or at least we've got a long way to go. I didn't think they were this long, but I guess they are. Crazy. Okay, so there's 15. Put the saw blade down. Here. Staying where she should be. That hair was too much hair. Bang on. Okay. Safety giggles are on. I should probably have ear things in, but these things don't take too long to cut. So anyways, here we go. maybe. Okay, so there's our 415 links. I'm gonna have to grind the ends off here a little bit because they got a little bit of a burr there. But I need 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess 6 inches too. I think these. I gotta measure these. I think they were 6. So those are 15s. I should be able to get at least 1 6 out of this guy. Can't see what I'm measuring now with my glasses on because they're like a tinted dark glass. Pretty good. So I need 4 of these glasses back on. That's the cutoff piece, just a little bit too short, but that'll work good for side bracket thingies. So, and then another 6 out of this guy. You should be able to squeeze that out of him. Good. 2 6s, and unfortunately I gotta start a whole new piece now. For geez, you know what? That one we just cut there. Pardon me, I might get too close to your phrase, but that might make a good side piece. I don't know yet. We'll see. That might be the perfect size, and it's I like to keep the numbers kind of even, and it's bang on 2 inch. That might be it. That might be it. Okay, so we got some more 6s. Hopefully I'm doing this all right here. Not cutting too many pieces, but okay, just take that back out of there for now. I'm just going to head to the grinder here. We'll just smooth the sides of these off here and start putting her together. Okay, I think we're ready to assemble our dump box here. So we're going to need 2 of these, 2 of these, something not right here. They're both bang on. I also maybe run here. Hang on a sec. That might help. Okay. Now, unfortunately, I still got that problem with. How did I do that before? I think. This one's giving me a bit of issues. Perfect, you know. Okay, now let me think. Should be okay to weld it from this side. Oh, don't you hate that? Forgot to turn on my stupid welder. There we go. Great, get it all set up and I wasn't even really ready yet. Stupid thing. Close enough. Oh! Gloves on. Okay, I guess we could give her a little zapping from this side too. Maybe I should do her on the inside. That's what we'll do, I think. Wish my clamp was longer or something here. Probably shouldn't have my wood on here either. But so far it hasn't caught fire. Just smells really good. Smokes me out a little bit, so I'll probably have to turn my fan on. Or not. Okay, that was a fairly important call. I've still got a person in storage in my other building over there from winter, from January. So you can just imagine what it's like over there right now. It's actually not too bad, but she definitely needs to get out. The son, I guess, had some financial issues or something to buy his mom a grave, so it's kind of sort of sad in a way, but there's not really much I can do about it. Except hold on to her until he does have the financial. Okay, so there's the start of our box frame, so that'll, you know, dump. Sweet. Okay, there's one. Now we got to make the top part. So same dealio again here. Just before we get out of here, just want to make sure you're in a pretty good shot. Okay. Yes, and we are recording. Whew, I was worried there for a second. Okay, so that'll stay there. Those will go there. These ends are all right here. Something like that, something like that. Now, I'm not squaring any of these, as you can probably see. Normally would, but I'm not. Okay, what's going on here now? Something's not right. Those are both bang on. Those aren't quite bang on though. What do we got here? Bang on 6. That's just an 1/8 too big. Okay. So that's, I should be able to nip that off. Barely a blade width here. I don't know if you can see the saw right now, so sorry if you can't. I just got to whip this off of here. We'll be good. Okay, see if this works. Cut perfect. Maybe I'm cutting stuff too fast. That one didn't leave any burr at all. I wonder if the blade is maybe starting to get a little dull-ish on it. On that saw, it could be. But still cutting pretty good, so I'm not gonna. $150 for the new blade for that. Ooh-wee. So we'll just keep using that for a little longer, I think. Okay, hopefully that's roughly somewhere right. That burnt hair off my arm. That hurt. Okay, that's pretty good. We'll zap the insides of these here too. Oh, that burnt my face. Oh, come on, really? Just do it. Okay, so there's our top part. Stuff is going around for now. So, okay, this these are getting a little warmish here. We'll just make sure those are pretty good. Yeah, should be all right. Might have to grind these things down a little bit, which we can do. We can do that. Okay, so now we got to kind of figure out how high we want our dump box to be. That's a 2-inch piece there. Set it up more like this, it'll stay. Need like 5 more hands here. So that's our 2-inch, 2.5. I think is almost too big. 3, yeah, it's getting crazy. I'm thinking 2-inch. I'm going to cut enough at 2-inch where I can put one in each corner here. This, I think, was right on 2-inch. It's a little shy. I can cut some more here right at 2-inch, so I could probably get a few out of this. I get 2 out of there anyway, so let's get some 2-inch marked here. And, whoa, sorry, whoa. Crap, battery's almost toast. Good thing I brought another one. 16 minutes. We'll cut a couple, then I'll have to change batteries here. Okay. That's pretty cool. It's almost at the very end of the deck on this thing is 2-inch. Well, that's pretty handy. Goggles are on. That one left a burr. Okay, I don't know what's left on this piece. I don't. Oh, geez, you know, I got enough, but I don't think I can hold that. No, that's not going to be safe. Alright, we'll have to get this one I'm working on here. Double make sure that's 2-inch. I lined it up with the end of the deck on this thing, so let's see with these bloody glasses on. I need my clear ones, that's what I need. Better tape too, but anyways, we'll make do with this one. Hair too long there. So this might get better with this little tape. I cut one more because that other one wasn't quite the 2-inch. Okay. There's our 4. That should be right around 2. I just got to grind the ends off them and then we'll put her together here. Okay, we've got everything ground here. I think we're all pretty close-ish. That one's hot. I had to do a bit of extra grinding. This one's a little long, so try to cool them down a little bit. That's a little better. Handable now. That's not even a word. Still off a hair a little bit there. Okay, give me a second. I have to grind just a hair bit more off of this one. Okay, now we're better. I think that should work. Okay, so what we're thinking here, I'm gonna need more of these things to make it look scale-ish, right? So I'm gonna need I don't think I got that one quite square here. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix that. I'll have to cut her and re-weld her. It's not sitting level, I guess I would say. I mean, I could just push these in and then weld the thing shut, but that wouldn't quite look right, I don't think. Okay, so let's set her up. This one's going to be fixed. I mean, like I say, I'm not going for bang on precision stuff here, but you know, should be half decent. That's going to be the fun part too, is getting that. In the right spot. Well, you know what, I could probably just attach these to this, I think. This one, let me see if I can see it now. Yeah, this one here needs to be straightened. You can see it here if you look down the line here. See, I didn't get her quite square. It's a bit high on this side, so I don't think I can just bang that out of there. Actually, if I put it in the vise, I might be able to just pull it. Hang on. Okay, so I got some more 2-inch pieces cut here. I figured I might as well just do her here and get her all right. I did actually get this other one just pulled in the vise a bit. Seemed to be all right. So if we have to do any final, well, I don't think we need to do any like heavy welding to it. It'll be fine, I'm sure. But and these things I'm just kind of placing and looking, and they're, I don't know, about, what did I get here, roughly 3.5 inch apart, 3.5. I think we'll go with something like that. These are 1.5 inches in from the front here. So I think that would probably be all right. Now, how am I going to put this on here and not upset all these? That is going to be the question. I don't like that too much. That's going to move. Maybe that'll stay there. Okay. I really want a pair of gloves for this because I'm going to be close quarter welding here, I think. Zapping. The thing with gloves is though, I can't feel what the heck I'm doing when I'm doing it, but it's better than getting burnt. Trying to keep these things square. Oh man. Let's just see our gap here. 3.5 there. Like I was saying, this doesn't have to be bang on precise here. I just hope these things will kind of stay squares to the thing and not bend over after I weld it. This one I will have her check that. Ooh. Yeah, 1.5 inches. We can feel it pulling it. I'll double check that though after. And this guy here I put on the front. Yeah, should be somewhat centered, so that's 3 inch. That's 3 and can't see it, 3.25. Close enough. After I move it all again. Really? here, you turd. Close enough, eh? Okay, let's give her some welding from the other sides now. Actually, you know what? Before we do that, well, we're off somehow with a bunch there. Probably because they're not sitting perfectly square. I think they'd be bang on, but I might be off a hair bit here too with my, this might be about bent too. Of course. Well, the only way we can figure out if we're bent here, that should be 7 1/8, 7 1/8, 7 1/4. That's a little bent there. And we'll see if I put this in the vise, maybe we can straighten this out a little bit here. It's hot though. Hot. Okay, that's sitting a little better there, I think now. I just gave her a little tweaking in the vise. And I think I got her a little better there. So maybe what I'll do is, oh, no, that's stuck. Is we'll put this guy down like that. That's not too bad. I don't know where to attach nothing to. I just thought of something here too. I might have goofed a little bit, but I don't think it'll be too hard to fix. Ouch. Okay, I'm gonna need a glove. This glove. Just to hold a little pressure down here while I'm gluing. Yeah, I'm gonna turn my fan on, it's getting smoky. There we go. Okay, so that's the front trailer frame in here. That's the back. The only thing is I don't need this bar here, I just realized, because we're supposed to have our dump box gate thing there, right? So let that fan run another minute or so here. It has supports up at the front corners too. I can put those in after though. So that should dump. Boom. Okay, so yes, we don't need this one here, I think it is. Unfortunately, I'll have to get rid of that. Well, actually, wait a minute. Let me think about this. Hang on a sec here. I'm gonna go look at my other trailer. That would help. Yeah, so technically this comes out and ends. There's a support there, and you know at the front. So this is actually the tailgate part. So we don't need that crossbar inside here. We need it on the tailgate part. So I welded it to the box. So that's not good. We'll have to get that out of there. And how am I going to get that out of there now? Probably could just put a pair of pliers on it and break it, really, but let me think of that now. I'm not too sure how we're going to do that yet. Okay, I think our little air die grinder should do that. I don't have a whole lot of air in my tank, but I should be able to get this knocked out of here. Okay, I think I can probably just break that. That's hence why I just sort of tack welded everything, not really solidly welded everything. But find the right pair of pliers to be able to grip it and rip it, which apparently these ones aren't. Nope. Okay, another pliers. Might have to grind her some more. Those are the ones I was wanting. Nice big greasy pair of channel lock pliers. Oh, I must have welded her good, I guess. Well, we can holy crap! I don't think I can get in here with this. Well, that's fun. That's fun. Oh, I just can't get a good grip on her either. There we go. Hey! See, she's welded pretty good. That's why I only spot welded everything. Now I can get in here and clean these off a little bit. Almost out of air there. That's not good. Okay, so that will allow us to dump out now. So yes, I should probably have supports at my corners too. Now I didn't put really any there because I gotta grind all these smooth and a lot of fiddly work for that. Just while I'm fiddling here with this, I gotta get this cleaned out here too. Now, hopefully you guys were in that shot the whole time. I'm going to back you up a little bit. There we go. A little more better. Sorry if it was crappy there. Okay. So this just doesn't look right to me yet without having the supports back here. So I'm going to probably have to put those in. Another thing I kind of maybe might have screwed up here on, how did I do my other one? Oh, no, we're okay. I say, how am I going to attach a floor to this? Which, I don't know what I'm going to use for side panels or floor panels or anything like that yet. I may be not even going to. I don't know. That's getting really fiddly when you're doing that. You know, I just kind of want to get something mostly together here for the principle of how my big dump box thing on the top's going to work. So, what I'm hoping, until we get her built, brainstorming. What my idea was so for this is going to dump this way. So when you activate your hydraulics, it'll dump. Actually, you know what? We should put the hinges on the back here. That would make her a little nicer. So yeah, that would dump. And what I'm hoping is on the top dump box part here. Let me just get you down a little bit. On this top dump box part here, I'm going to put a couple of hinges up on here. There's going to be a lot of geometry thinking here too, because what the idea was to put two hinges on the front here that let the dump box part on the top, or not the dump box, the cab will, the top piece we'll call it, it'll hinge this way away from the dump box. So when this goes up, there'll be a cable or something down from here onto the tongue area, onto the dump top part, which will pull tight when it gets up to about here or something when we're dumping, and hopefully pull and then kind of woof, the dump thing open. We won't know if it's going to work until we get most of this together here, so we got a long way to go yet. So I don't really know if I'm going to need even a tailgate yet for this thing. Even though it should have something. I definitely need to put pieces in here, and then the tailgate would get mounted back here. Right flush, so it should open and close. But thinking now that probably should have the big dump box up here, and the tailgate go down here, so when she opens up, it would kind of all fold away kind of thing when she's up really high, right? So this dump box is going to be up here somewhere. I don't know, if you can see that. This dump box will be like way up here somewhere when she's fully dumping. And I'll be able to just drive away with it, and then poof, the stuff will pour out. Put her down, and she all back down to where she's closed again, right? So in scale aspect, we actually should get the hinges mounted here first. And of course I forgot them in my truck, so I gotta go get them. Okay, I got a couple of sets of hinges here. I don't exactly know which ones I want to use. I got these ones that are a 3/4 inch and these ones that are a 1 inch. These ones are apparently a premium finish antique brass. Now I don't know if that means that they're actually brass or if they're just finished in brass, but these other ones I got were They're just nickel, or zinc, sorry. These ones will probably look cooler on it, but I guess I bought them now, I will open them. And the only way I can be able to tell if they're what they are is throw a magnet on them. Which I have a magnet over here, I do believe. On my it's on my sharpener for my motor blades, but under there somewhere is a magnet under all the filings. So I'll just put all those off to the side for a second or two. And find our magnet, which is getting better. Okay. Now if this sticks to this, that's metal. Oh crap. So that's no good. That won't weld to my trailer. So let's try these guys, which are a little bigger. They didn't have these ones in 3/4. These ones I'm pretty sure will stick to, yeah. Okay. So I'll be able to weld those to that. So let's get her in a position here where we can weld her to. I need to get my blocks maybe out here so I can get her up to where I can see what I'm doing. Make sure we get you guys in a suitable location. Somewhere's about here's. Something's not lining up quite perfect here, so we'll make her uneven on both sides. Okay, this I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this yet. Turn her way down, the welder anyways. Find my clamp. Need a little extra ground cable here. It's a little bit tight here, so. As long as it's straightish at the back here, that's about all I'm really wanting. Okay. How the heck am I going to hold this and weld it? Something like that, if it'll stay there, I guess. Well, that didn't go too bad. See if I can get this one doing the same thing here. How do I put that one on that way? Okay. Didn't really want that to happen. Frickin' cords. Why can't they make wireless welders? Wouldn't that be a little more better? Stupid wires. Oh, it's gonna burn my arm off. Gotta hold it somehow here. Oh, you dirty thing. Okay, let's just weld it in the little screw holes there. So I don't know if that's going to really be secure enough, but we'll give it a little shot here. Okay, now let's see if this is going to hinge. Oh, it's not too bad. Not too bad. A little wonky, but I think that'll give us the gist of her, what we're looking for. Okay. I'm pretty happy with that. A little wonky-ish, but okay, let's say let's work on some axle stuff, but I'm thinking that might be best left till right at the very last, because then it'll be all over the place when I'm trying to do stuff with it. So too bad those little guys wouldn't work. I'll throw them up on the shelf. So for the pivot here, I'm gonna have to get some more of those hinges. Well, actually, I do have another set. I did get two, so that's good to know. So should probably put these pieces in here, I guess. But see, these hinges aren't going to work. Like, that's not how my hinges are for my dump box and my other one. They've got side ones. But, I mean, just for this testing purposes, I'm sure it'll work. Because what's going to happen now is this is going to come down and the thing's going to come and hit there and it's not going to mesh right? But I didn't think I wanted to get into that kind of miniature-y kind of stuff for the tiny little hinges. I'll show you here what I mean. See, the box on this one is actually longer than the frame. And that allows you to weld on the back of the trailer, a great big bar, this bar, and then slide this thing on and weld this to the box of it. So I didn't think I'd want to get into the little tiny things like that, because those, holy cow, would be microscopic. And being the weight of that thing and the actual size these would have had to been, they probably would have got bent anyway. So I thought, well, just regular hinges will probably do for our testing purposes. So I just realized too that you guys weren't in most of that shot there. So anyways, here's our hinging action. Dump. I think the other trailer only dumps about here anyways. My big 4x8, I think it goes up a little higher like that. Not much more though. Like, holy cow, you could make her go way back there if you want, but to there, you know, if this thing lifts up and off and it comes and just clears the mound in the back, she should all fall out. Once I drive ahead and, you know, mess with it and stuff, it should fall right out. So now to build our box, which I don't know if I'll get into today or not. Probably not. Save that for another day. It would have to be basically another frame like this. Let me think now. I'm going to have to brainstorm it a little bit about it. I just can't seem to picture it in my head how I want this to work. The box is going to stand up. The top box will be quite a bit higher to hold more capacity. So I'm thinking, I don't think I've even got anything pre-cut here. These are too short. Well, that one might be close. That's 6. 6 inches higher. Stay. And yeah, this should basically be another frame on the bottom. And then our 2 pieces come right up like this. Let me think about this. Piece, big frame here. This could actually come out a bit, and then our tailgate could come down sort of in here. So when this opens, starts going up, ooh, like this, I want this thing to pull tight on that cord or whatever to kind of come up and free like this when this thing's up like here somewhere. So this needs to be on hinges, of course, here. So this has to come down, and then when she comes back down, bang down, meet, and that makes your tailgate and everything. So now this should have, yeah, another frame to meet the top of the trailer, and then this to go up to the top piece. Well, let's keep working at it here. See how much more we can get done on her. Turn the welder off for now because we got some cutting to do now, measuring and stuff. Hopefully these are going to stay somewhat square. Like, I want to try to build this thing, the final version, as not airtight, but as what would you call it? So, you know, it's not like peeing out and, like, you know, I'm bagging all this stuff in here, but then it's all pouring out the back again, right? I want to build her fairly tightish. But I still got to have air to come out of it. Like, I got my yellow bug screeny stuff there for the vents for the side. That's what that's for. So, but anyways, let's do a bit of measuring. This, I think, only needs to cover just the dump box, not down to the trailer part. I don't think it needs to come down that far. So this was 6 inch. 6 inches higher. That should give you a fair lot of area to build into. Now, within scale of the other one, that would be more like probably 5 to 6 feet higher, something like that. So let's first build just basically what we see here. So we need, and we're going to need 2 pieces at 15, and I can use this other 6 again. Just have to clean her up a bit maybe so she'll weld back on. And we can use that for the frame for here. And thinking about it now, we're going to need another frame for the top. So we need to cut 6 anyways. 4 15s and another 6. Okay, let me get those cut, and then let's get these, see how this is going to look. Okay, this is nice. We're starting to get enough structure here now that I don't have to kind of bolt the thing down because that was sucking. But I think we got enough here now that we can maybe weld this together. Let's see what we can do here. Ow! Okay, so that is moving on me. Don't move! I'm probably going to need another support one back here. let me think, is that going to do anything if I weld that in there? That shouldn't bother anything, because once the dump starts to go up, this should hopefully clear. Probably should have that little support piece in here. Okay. That actually just somewhat semi-welded itself there when it arced through the thing. Somewhere over here there'll be an arc where the current went through and it fused itself together a little bit. Okay, so that's good there. I used my extra 6-inch piece up there for my top piece, so that's not good. Basically these will need more 6 inches around for this, so I could probably weld this one together if I had my other 6-inch piece there. I'll maybe cut one here. Well, tell me, that didn't work out perfect. The last bit of that last piece was 6 inches. Dirty thing, stay still. Okay, so that's good. So this one will be fused there. So that'll go up about here somewhere, 6 inches higher. So I'm going to need probably should have another 6-inch piece at the back of this one too. Basically, I'm making all these 15 by 6 inches pieces, these frames. So that's going to have to go, yeah. So we're going to need. I don't want to make her too heavy, so I'm going to try one at the front, one at the back. This is going to need one here too, so I'm going to need another one for there. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more 6-inch pieces. Okay, I'll go cutting here. Okay, we got all our 6-inch pieces. I guess I should put this one in first. Make sure that stays where it's supposed to stay. Okay. I'm going to give this one a little more here. Okay, that's good. Now this part is not going to be fun. So I don't know how the heck this is going to work, but what I'm going to do is just lightly tack these on here. If I'd actually get it on the trailer, it would be perfect. On there. One about there. That doesn't look very square, but we can fix it after. One there roughly. And one there roughly. Now this would be the top piece. This is going to be hard to adjust this to make sure we're good. Basically all I can do is go by my eyeballs. Not too bad. That way here maybe. Yeah, I'm gonna bolt her on there, what the heck. Oh, she's smoking. Woo! Okay, this looks like quite a mess. Okay. So now what we would have to have here... Oh boy, how am I going to do that? I don't want a lot of weight on the trailer, you know, because this is all going to have to be covered, but I don't think I'm going to have to use a lot more of that orangey stuff that I'm thinking. A lot lighter. It's somewhat fairly strong, but it'll have to get mounted onto the back here. So basically, let's just have a little look here. There's our trailer dumper. Okay, this will get mounted on the top. So now, how am I going to do this here? When our trailer, I could mount these front springs on here, or springs, hinges on the front here. So basically when we dump this up, that's really hot. When we dump this up, so this will all be full of grass and leaves and crap. Okay, this will be all covered back here until we get to about here. And then this thing is going to lift, kind of like this, up out of the way. Hopefully it holds itself up there and not falls off. And then I'll drive away, dump her out, and then when I put her back down, she'll just boom, settle back down. Kind of like that. Okay, so what we need to do now, I don't even know if you guys seen all that. Pretty good, I guess. Now what we need to do, I really don't want to weld on these other hinges. I like to get them somehow bolted, and it comes with these little screws, but I don't think those are going to work. I'm going to have to use like a really short self-tapping screw. I don't even know, pardon me if I've got any that small. I'm going to have to look here. Okay, well I tried drilling and screwing these hinges on, but it's just not working right because of the hinges have such a big hole in them. It's hard to find center with like a little wee drill. So I'm just going to weld them. Normally I will drill them on my other one so I can remove them, or make a pin that'll come out that I could just pull apart, because then when I just want to use my dump trailer without this big box on top, I can just take it off. But for these I'm just going to weld her. Weld her tight. Oh, gotta turn it on first maybe though. Oh, I gotta plug it in maybe too. That'll help. Okay. Okay, so that one's good. Get this one kind of where we want her. I think that'll work. Okay, so we should have one thing dumping this way, one thing dumping that way. Probably wondering, what in the frick is he talking about? Okay, so what's going to happen here? We've got a little more yet to do. We got to figure out our cable length and stuff, which I don't really have cable per se. Actually, hang on a sec. I might actually, you know what we'll use? Hang on a sec. Let me look. Okay, I probably should turn this the other way so you fellers can kind of see what's going to try to happen here. So on the tongue here somewhere I'll probably have a little something to hook this to, like a quick attach, but for right now what I'm going to do, I think, is just sneeze. Oh boy, sorry. Down to there. Now we got to kind of figure. Of course, I'll have to do more figuring when I get this thing going here, but right about there, I think I want it to start dumping. So let's can we put in there? Let's wedge that in there. So this thing is a little longer than I need. But if that thing is about there. I don't know if you guys are in the shot or not, hopefully you are. That thing's about there, so that'd be our cable. Okay. So that might be a bit too short there. I want to start pulling right about there. Okay, so let's put her down. So that'll be in the bagging relaxed state, okay? Blowing the stuff in, which is probably going to come in here, or maybe, I don't know, somewhere, probably right in the top corner here. Okay, we're full. We need to dump. Okay, so hopefully this is going to work. I'm best to have this thing up as far as I can, and this actually, this anchoring point here on the trailer part actually might get mounted on the tractor. I don't really know yet. That'll give me more this way. Okay, so we're full. We need to dump. Back her in. Okay, so the trailer's starting to go up. That's pulling tight. Oh, it's not pulling the way I wanted it to. I might need something different set up here. That is the basic idea. So when it goes up, that's supposed to stay hooked. So when it goes up, that thing is probably going to come back over like that too. So I'm going to have to watch that. But if I get her up to there somewhere, this is going to depend on where this thing's mounted. So that didn't work exactly as I was planning. Now, what happens if... That's got lots of pull there, so... What happens if this is a bit shorter? Now, it might totally change once we actually start dumping, too. Because this is going to put, like, you know, quite a bit of force on here, so either the cable's going to break, or it's going to work. So that might need some kind of stopper thing. But that's the idea. So even if it got up near the top more, so we made this longer, this cable probably too long there. So if that's getting longer, let's make sure you guys can kind of see this. So when we're lifting, should pull. See, I'm too high there and it's pulling against itself. It needs to come open sooner. See, I can push all I want on this and it's probably not going to open it. Just barely. But maybe the power of the trailer would make that easier. I don't know. But also might bend up my trailer too. I don't want that to happen. So I gotta try to make this thing as light as I possibly can. Now this, like I say, this is just a demo model here, so that's starting to lift up. I think that's actually really going to work good. Now what I can do probably here, oh, how's that going to work with some kind of restrictor thing here to keep that from flipping over. That's just going to go, oh, boom, come back and hit me in the head. Like, it doesn't really have to open up that far, that's the thing, right? Like, it only has to open probably to there, and that would be lots, so there's some thinking yet to do. Like I say, if I mounted this thing like way up here more, say on the tractor, it'll probably pull different again. Now, what am I going to mount this to simulate the tractor being here? I need something that's fairly strong and heavy, beefy-ish. What can I use for that? Maybe my drill box or something. I'll mount that here. Push back a bit. I'll have to lengthen this. Okay, so we're thinking this is going to be the tractor here. A little bit further up. Okay. So now that's in its relaxed state on the tractor, just hanging there like a hose. So we need to dump. Let's pull my tractor. I need to dump. Oh, I think that's going to work perfect right about there. I drive ahead, bang her out, put the hydraulics down. Boom. Frickin' perfect. Now if I can make that work in the reality of her, that'd be frickin' awesome. So let's see if I can get you a side shot here. Okay, so we've got this hooked to the tractor. It's our slack. This is all mounted to the tractor. So we need to back up to the pile. Start the trailer to go up. Okay, so oh, the cable's getting tight. Okay, just pushing a bit more. Something up like that. Dump her out, drive ahead. So that's, now you got to remember this. This is going to be one solid mass of grass and leaves in here, so this is going to come out and probably go hoof, like a big, you know, huge, right? So I think that's going to work pretty darn good. See, I should be able to get it up fairly high there. It's not really, just balancing there now. Now I could probably figure something out to keep it from rolling back on top of me, because if it does, it's going to do this. Ah, crunch! Kind of thing, right? So I'll have to figure something out, some kind of restrictor where it's only going to go so far. Now what happens if we lengthen this a little more? Give her, say, another couple of feet of slack. This is just the extra slack. So okay, what's going to happen here now? So we're going up, going up, going up, going up the last little bit. Oh, it's really hard to pull because we're pulling straight on, right? It's easier to pull when we're down a little bit. So it's going to need some engineering, we'll say. So there. She just comes up there now. So it'd be better if it was a longer cable. So then I could pretty much dump her right up and it's still not wanting to come over. But so what's going to happen with a shorter cable, I'll show you. If we do a real short cable here. Okay, still a bit of slack there. It's going to open up awesome. But then the trailer's not going to dump enough. And by the time I get up here, she's already ready to flop along over. So she's going to need some engineering. That is for sure. But that is our general idea of our leaf collector bagger dumper, automatic dumper thingy. Okay, so this trailer here is the one we built. That's the one with, it's got 2-inch. So what I'm going to put on top of this for the big frame. Geez, I hope this trailer is going to be big enough. It's not going to hold a whole lot. I'm going to have to make this thing pretty tall. Where am I going here? This is what I'm going to use, is this stuff here. 1.25 inches, I think this is. And this is what we'll make our frame out of to hold. Yes, I still haven't got rid of my door yet. This will make our frame for, you know, the box on the top here. That should be pretty awesome. I think that should work pretty good. And then our hinges will go on this front here and then onto these pieces. So there'll be a hinge here and then a hinge into the cross piece. I think that should work pretty good. And then our tractor will be parked here with our cable that'll go up to the top piece, which will pull. Hopefully it's strong enough. I might have to do some extra bracing, as in brace it from here to here maybe, with some extra bracing, kind of like, well, a little bigger than that, but pieces in here like this. So when I pull on this, if there's a lot of extra weight there from stuff all jammed in there, it's going to actually pull and not go and bend this piece. So I think it probably would. That trailer's got a pretty good ram on it, cylinder, and I can have it right full of dirt, heavy, thick, wet, gooey stuff, and dumps that out like it's not even there. So works pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. So you're probably wondering, why would you use that little trailer for picking up your leaves versus the big dump trailer over here, which would hold like 3-4 times as much, and you wouldn't really have to put a huge, I could probably put a thing on here that I could still back this in. Well, this thing would be perfect, except a couple of factors working against me is it's a little more of a trailer to kind of maneuver through the rows of headstones back here, where this one's like 1/4 the size, or maybe half the size, whereas this one I kind of can't have some big canopy that I have to take off whenever I need to do it when I dig a grave. So I got this one sitting there. I think that'll work, and I can leave it kind of set up, so if I get a funeral, I can just unhook the trailer part and hook this guy back on and do my funeral stuff, instead of having to take it all apart again and, you know, more. So that's sort of the idea behind that. Anywho, that's going to be her for today. The day has done. I guess we'll say the day is done. So I'm heading home. I need a weekend. I got nothing planned, as far as I know, for funerally wise out here in the weekend, so that's good. I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow, but I'm getting the frick out of here, I'll tell you that. But anyways, oh, tonight, tonight, I've got someone coming from the Ontario Falconry Centre, which is in Bowmanville, Ontario, to do something about my geese. And I told the guy, I'm like, you might want to get here like, you know, 4 o'clock, like right now, 5 o'clock, you know, to see these things, because they take off into the water and then they go to their roosty things overnight, wherever those are, somewhere out there. And he's like, well, that's fine. I'm like, okay. I kind of don't think he knows how big this lake is. Like, it takes you, if you're paddling across, it takes you like a good hour to get across this lake. So I don't know what his plan is, but hopefully he's got a good one. He said, well, we bring dogs with us. I'm like, okay, all right, now that's not a falconry thing. He says, then we'll bring the birds with us too. I'm like, okay. And he's like, the dogs will scare them off, you know, but the birds will actually go out and either kill them, 1 or 2 kill them, or put enough fear in them that they will never come back to this area again. I'm like, well, that's what I'm after. I don't necessarily want to kill them, but scared the crap right out of them. So they're like, we're not going back there. That's not happening. So he says to me though, oh yeah, I'll probably get there. I'll be there around 9. I'm like, they'll be long gone by then. I don't know how you're gonna find them. But I think basically he wants to find them in their nests and go and disturb them and do whatever in their nests. I'm like, well, that's not gonna do anything for them being in here though. I'm like, I don't get it. So I guess he's done this lots. He knows what he's doing, this guy, so we'll let him do his thing and hopefully it works. So I probably won't film him because he wouldn't like that probably with you know, the animals and stuff here. Plus, by the time he gets probably going, it's going to be more like 9:30, 10 o'clock, getting dark by then, so it's not going to be any good to film nothing then. So, but I'll let you know what happens. I don't know how he's going to do this, because, you know, they could swim out and go halfway around the shore and be camping way the frick over there somewhere. I don't know how he's going to get there, or how he thinks he's going to get there, but he asked me if I got a boat. I'm like, no, I ain't got a boat, man. Holy cow. He's like, oh, okay, well, that's right. I'm like, okay. He's like, my dogs can swim. I'm like, okay. Do you know that's like probably about 4-kilometer swim from one side to the other? He's like, I don't think he really knows what he's kind of looking at here yet. He's looked at it on Google Maps and he's like probably thinking, oh, it's not a very big field or a big lake, so we'll just, you know, let the dog swim. Yeah, it's not going to work. I can sort of tell right now. But anyways, that's his problem, not mine. So I'm paying him to come get rid of these things for me, and hopefully he's successful. And if not, I guess I still pay, but, you know, whatever. But as I said to him, he didn't seem to think it was a good idea for him to be here early if they're still out in the cemetery doing their making a mess thing. He says it probably wasn't a good idea if I just, you know, let the dogs out on them or the birds out on them, because it'll just scare them off into the water, and then they'll just come back, he says. I'm like, so what's the point of this then? I'm a little skeptical now, so I don't know. We'll see what happens here, but anyways, we'll let you know on Monday, I guess, what happens for that. So, but anyways, we got Farm Sim Saturday up ready for tomorrow. Should be a good one. I think I finally maybe sort of kind of mostly almost got my rendering stuff figured out again here, and I was having a heck of a time with it. I had to do it like 8 different times, different formats and stuff, and it was always coming out so super pixely. But I think I had my Fraps recording program set up wrong in comparison to the rendering program I use. It couldn't handle 60 frames a second, and it ended up screwing it all up and making it all pixely. So I put everything back, and it's a little crappier to play it when it's only 30 frames a second, but it seemed to render it a lot smoother and cleaner looking, so hopefully it's okay. So that's up for tomorrow. The rest of the weekend, I don't really know yet. We'll see what happens when what happens, but anyways, that's it for today. So hopefully you enjoyed that building video there, and I know this time of year I don't get much building videos going because actually I talked to another guy who works sort of southeast of me here. He does, he's a crazy guy, this guy, holy cow. He's got people helping him, that's the problem. Well, that's the good thing for him, but if it was by himself, he'd never be able to do this. But he does, he looks after like 3 cemeteries, I think it is, 3 or 4 cemeteries, does burials in these cemeteries, and does foundations for these cemeteries. I'm thinking, holy friggin' crap, how do you do that? You know, I have a hard enough time keeping my place going here, and I'm not doing foundations, but he's also got like 6 guys working for him, I think. So, you know, that's the big difference right there. So if I had 6 guys here too, I could probably do that too, but I don't, so I can't. So anyways, if you remember a wee while back ago there, if you keep up to the videos here, I had a guy come in with a John Deere 110 that dug a foundation, and I helped him take that away. I recorded some of it. That's the guy. So he, this will be the second time I've seen him in a couple years here. So, but he does a really good job. So, you know, I was pretty impressed with the first one he did there. It worked out really good. So, but he's actually coming next week to do one. I doubt I'll film when we're doing that, because it'll be just the same as the last one. So I think it was Brothers Helping Brothers or something, I think I called that one, where I had my tractor there with the loader bucket, and he was filling me up with dirt with his, digging his, so worked out pretty good. It's kind of neat to see 2 of them together simultaneously like that. So yeah, was there anything else? I cannot remember. I don't think so. But anyways, hopefully you enjoyed that build today. That's sort of my concept-y thing of what I kind of want the other trailer to do. And I think once we get a little bit of tweaking to her, it'll probably work pretty good. And hopefully that thing doesn't flop over and kill me. I'm gonna have to figure something out. I wonder if... I don't know yet. I can't wonder anything if until I get it all built. But I'm just wondering if I put up my ROPS on my tractor, if that would kind of fall and maybe just rest on that. And come back down, and I don't know. We'll have to see. I don't know yet. So, yeah, we'll have to figure it out. The only other thing I could do is maybe I've got another set of ports there, so I'll have the up and down, and I have the left and right on the tractor. I could set up some kind of hydraulic cylinder that would be extracted when the thing's down, and then when I want to dump it, I just pull the trailer up. I have to run hoses and all that crap for that. I really don't want to do that. But you could have it where you close that cylinder and it pulls and it opens up that hopper thing and then dumps. But I'm not going to do it that way. I don't think it just sounds too much. I think just the cable pulling on the thing would probably be good. But we'll figure it out when we get to her. We'll have to put some kind of stopper on it or something, you know, along the side where, you know, like welded to the dumper box to the top part where there's like a rod that goes through, so when it wants to fall it only goes and it only pulls so far, and when you dump back down it'll probably flop her back down, something like that. We'll figure that out when we get to her. But anyways, that's it for today. Hopefully you enjoyed her. Have a good weekend and stuff, and we shall catch you Monday, maybe. We'll see. Anyways, have a good one. Thanks for watching. Farm Sim Saturday tomorrow, don't forget, and we'll catch you then.